Hello everyone, welcome to my channel again with another video. This time I'm going to talk about F1 visa info for USA. Well, if you want to go to United States of America, then as a student you will require this visa. So today I'm going to talk about pros and cons and many other suggestions that you will require for F1 visa. Let me start with what is F1 visa. As we all know, an international student wanting to study in the USA will need to obtain a student visa for the USA, and most of the students are actually issued with F1 visa. So before that, going into further, I want to tell you something very important, that all applicants between 14 to 79 must attend an in-person interview at a US embassy or consulate as part of the application process. USA visa program helps you prepare for this interview as part of our visa processing service. Now, for vocational program, you must apply for M1 visa or for exchange program J1 visa. Family members of F1 approved applicant can apply for F2 visa to accompany them. Who is it for? As I said, full-time student accepted to an SCVP, student and exchange visitor program approved by US academic institutions such as university, high school, private elementary school, seminary, conservatory, language training program. Any of this kind of institution, if they accept you as a student, then you will need F1 visa. Service and the length of stay. Actually your total educational program. Government fees, it varies a little bit. For 160 for DS 160 and plus $200 for SCVP fee. Processing time usually takes 2 months, but you have to pay the service fee and receive I-20. Once you are accepted, you will be required to pay the service I-901 fee in order to be enrolled in the student exchange visitor information system. Then your school will provide, school here means the institution, university, college, will provide you with a form I-20. This form will be presented to the consular office when you attend your F1 visa interview. Sorry, the word will be spouse and accompanying children. Your spouse and or children plan to reside in the USA with you while you study. They will be required to have individual form I-20s, but they will not need to be enrolled in service. So applying for F1 visa, student visa, may be very varied depending on the US embassy or consulate you are dealing with. You will be required to pay a non-refundable visa application fee. There is an online visa application available which allows you to complete and print the form DS-160 to take to your F1 visa interview. Schedule and prepare for your interview. You can schedule your F1 visa interview with the US embassy or consulate. Wait times for interview appointment vary by location, seasons, and visa category. So you should apply for your visa early. That means when you are intend to go or your program is starting before at least 2-3 months earlier, you should apply for the visa. And an F1 student visa for the USA can be issued up to 120 days advance. So that is a long time for your course of study start, and only you will be allowed to enter USA with your F1 visa 30 days before your start date, not before that. So the document required for F1 visa interview: a valid passport, a non-immigrant visa application from which is called DS-160, the application fee payment receipt, a passport photo, a certificate of eligible for non-immigrant F1 student status form 1 I-20. Additional documents. Sometimes consulate or embassy ask for additional documents, so it will be easier for you if you carry them with you. Those are like academic transcript, diplomas, degrees, or certificates, test scores such as TOEFL, SAT, GRE, or GMAT, as what you took, proof of your intent to depart the US after your program is complete. This is very important. Proof of your financial stability, this is also if you have to show uh, this is the third one, proof of your intent to depart the US after the program is completed, and you can finance your education. Even if you have scholarship, then you have to show some document how you are going to pay your academic expenses. uh, your F1 visa interview will determine whether you are qualified to receive an F1 student visa for the USA. Assuming that you have prepared the appropriate documents and meet all of the F1 visa requirements, your visa will be approved at the discretion of the consular officer. So how you are communicating and talking to the person who is taking your interview is very essential. Some of the major criteria that they ask question the visa officer, usually your study plans, uh, your university choice, academic capability, financial status, and post graduation plans. These are the five categories they usually ask question. Are some sample questions about your study plan, like why are you going to the US, what will you specialize in for your degree, what will be your major, where did you go to school now, who is your current employer, what do you do, why are you planning to continue your education, can you not continue your education in your home country, how will this study program relate to your past work or studies. This is some sample question, but usually this type of question they ask. Second is about your university choice. How many colleges did you apply to, how many schools did you get admitted to, how many schools rejected you, have you been to the US before, do you know your professors at the university, what are their names, what city is your school located in. These are very important, so you have to research your university. Of course you will, as you are applying there. Question about your academic capabilities. What are your test scores, what was your previous GPA, how will you manage the cultural and educational differences in the US, how good in your English. Well, how good is your English? You are actually conversing with the visa officer with English, so I think that is not going to be a problem. But if you have any kind of problem, they have a person who will interpret for you. Of course, I won't suggest that. Why do you want to pursue a degree in the US? Why not study in Canada, Australia, or the UK? What do you know about US schools? Can I see your high school or college diploma? This is a regular question on your academic capabilities. They also ask question about financial status, like what is your monthly income if you are an earning member of your family, what is your sponsor's annual income, how do you plan to fund the entire duration of your education, how much does your school cost, how will you meet these expenses, who is going to sponsor your education, what is your sponsor's occupation, how else will you cover the rest of your cost, do you have a copy of your bank statements. If you have, of course they might ask you to show them. Did you get offered a scholarship at your school? This is the part where I think we all want to focus on. Can I see your tax returns if you are a taxpayer in that case? And also if you are uh, uh, about your post graduation plan, that is also very important for them, because through this question they will try to find out whether you have any intention to return to your own country or not, because many of the students are rejected based on these factors, because if they somehow sense that you have no plan to return to your own country after your completion of education, there is a 100% chance they will reject your they will not give you a visa, that means they will deny it. So do you have relatives or friends currently in the US? What are your plans post graduation? Do you have a job or career in mind after you graduate? Do you plan on returning back to your home country? What are your plans after graduation? Are you sure you won't stay in the US? You have to convince them that you don't have any intention to stay there. Will you continue to work for your current employer after you graduate? This sort of question. And so what is the final suggestion? I would suggest only one thing. uh, During the interview session, remain calm. That is the best suggestion I can give you. if you have all the documents right, then this is the best option. Being well prepared is extremely important. Be sure to have all of the required documents and receipts with you, so that you can focus on your interview questions, answer all of the questions asked of you, and remember to be open and honest. Because if they ask you a question and if you are taking a little bit time to think about that question, then they will think that you were not fully prepared, and also you are making the answer that time. Because most of the question they ask in a way that it might seem like casual question they're asking you, but actually those are very serious. And you will notice that whenever they're asking this question, they're typing something. That means they have a kind of a form they fill up, where based on the question they ask, they fill up few yes no type questions. So it's my guess actually, but I've been to USA, and I got my visa, and it was easy for me. But many of the students nowadays, as after the new government has come, they said getting visa is very difficult. But my suggestion is, as you are planning to go to USA, you have to have some kind of financial strength. Because most of the student, all over the world, not only in our country, they're applying to go to USA universities, and everybody is looking for a scholarship, right? So not all of them get 100% scholarship, so they get some like 20, 30, 40 or 50%, some portion of their academic cost as an education grant or scholarship. So uh, the extra cost that you have beside those scholarship, or even if you don't have any scholarship, how you're going to fund it, this is very important. And second important thing is, because most of the document we will provide before the visa application process, everybody is ready for the interview, so documents are right. But when they face the interview, that time they falter about the question they were asked, especially their financial goal and whether they have intention to return to their own country or not. This is the most important part where I would ask you to focus on. Because IELTS and other thing, those are manageable, but in the heat of the moment, like, you come up with some answers which might cause your visa denial. This is very important. So remaining calm, that is the one. And so that is it. I hope I have answered all the question you have in your mind. Thank you for watching my video. This is a two links where I took help, and there are hundreds of websites where you can actually directly go through the US visa requirement and other thing. You can research about that. But basically what I presented here, if you follow all these instructions I have given you, I am sure you will get the visa. And if you like my video, please don't forget to subscribe my channel and give a thumbs up to this video. I will come up with more videos about USA. So thank you for watching my video, and see you next time. Thanks a lot.